What's up, crypto fam? It is Friday, and I wanted to do a live feed to give you guys some time with me because actually, it's not Friday, it's Thursday. Crypto. Happy all-time highs, everyone. Now, what I want to tell you guys, and I want to give you some time to ask me a lot of questions because I've got a lot of questions from a lot of you guys on Twitter and on YouTube, and it's just so hard in my busy day to try to get to everything. Like I constantly have messages all throughout the day, and it's really hard. Like I really want to get back to everyone. It's just there's not enough time. So I feel like a long live feed once a week would do you guys justice to get a little bit more time with me and me time with you, because I do love the social aspect of crypto and I do miss that side, and I think we're going to get back to that soon. So welcome everyone. It is all-time high day. We have hit an all-time high on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, and on Solana. So we expected this, right? And what are we expecting next? You know, it's one thing to say, I understand what's coming next, right? It's another thing to say, I'm sure, I'm 80%, 90% sure what's coming next. And really what it comes down to, everyone, is simplicity. You have to think of things in a more simple way. And something that I've started to pick up on about myself and just journaling about life is this. My best investments are not the ones that people tell me to make. My best investments are the ones that I make because I feel inside like it's exciting. I found an investment today that I haven't even made yet, but I saw it and it gave me the eternity feeling of, oh my God, I have to do this. I want to be involved. I think it's going to be the best play to earn game yet, right? It feels like Grand Theft Auto. It was nostalgic. It was amazing. So much amazing stuff's coming, guys. And I want to get into that. And I want you today to have some time with me to ask questions. What TA do you want? What coins are you excited about? Is there an NFT project that kind of makes your ears perk up a little bit like a puppy dog, right? What makes you excited about this industry? I want to know. And if you want to know my opinion on things, now is your time. So let's get right into that. Welcome everyone. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe these videos. Hit that the nice little bell at the bottom corner there. And that's how you guys help me, basically get more viewers, because you guys actually are the ones who dictate that. Now, let's go into this. Eternity shit was one of my worst investments ever had. Victor, the only reason it was one of the worst investments you ever had is because you bought into the hype. You didn't buy when I was talking about it when it was $3. You bought it when it was 70. But that doesn't mean it's not going to get back there. I totally think it will. And I haven't even sold my Eternity. So a lot of you are like, oh, you sold. No, I haven't. I still have a lot more Eternity than the average bear. Let's put it that way. All right, so let me get some questions in here. And we're going to jump into technicals as well. And maybe even some other stuff. Now, let's look over here. Who is here? What's up, John, Galvin, Andrew, Dominic, Alicia, Matt, Sorrow, all you guys. FTT pumped to 75, sold at 75. You want to buy back? You definitely can. FTT was just $55 the other day. I remember that because I have 1,000 of them and I can see just based off 1,000 what the price is. Did you read the article about FTX? FTX raised $420 million. I think Sam did that because he likes weed. I don't know. Like, I own a weed company, so maybe Sam likes weed, and he was like, yeah, let's raise 420 million, or it just happened by accident. Who knows? Litecoin. Okay, we can do Litecoin. MBX. Okay, so MobiPay just finished all of their distributions. There's no more distributions. There's no more dilution of tokens in MBX. And I think personally, we are going to see that thing go absolutely parabolic. MobiPay. Why? They are the only project I've ever heard of fully regulated and sanctioned and have SEC staff on their project. There's people like them in the US and Canada. Retailers like them in the US and Canada to the tune of over 300 of them, where you can use the project's token. Where you cannot use the project token, it will buy the project token if you don't use the project's token. Very interesting project. One of the first I invested into in this cycle. I think it was like the fourth investment of this cycle that I made. And I'm at 162. So it gives you some perspective. All right, let me get some questions. XRP. Okay, so we can do some MBX. We can do XRP. We can do Super and TLM and CLV. So let's jump into that because I feel like you guys don't want to look at me. You want to look at the charts, and that's totally cool. So let me just shrink myself down and put on the charts. Well, let's get off of here and let's get onto here. All right, so Bitcoin made an all-time high. We know this, right? So I'll just do quickly a Bitcoin little analysis here, and then we'll move on to all your guys' coins. I have all of them here. If you guys, thank you for the super chat. I will definitely get to that. But what I want to do right here, right now, is just give you the Bitcoin and the Ethereum overview because we hit all-time highs, and then we're gonna look at what's coming next. So yesterday I talked about this, right? I said maybe this zone will probably come into respect it around $67,000, $68,000. We didn't get all the way up there, but that doesn't mean we're not going to. It's very likely that we come retest this level down here and then go higher. We'll likely come back down to retest $63,000. We almost did, and it's very possible that we will before we go higher. So that's all I want to say about that. We have a new all-time high. It's a great time to be alive. What else is really encouraging is that our Bitcoin dominance kind of topped out, right? It hit this top level area here from the past and it rejected, and now it's coming back down. I did talk about this potentially coming back down to 45. So that's what we're looking for. And if Bitcoin goes up and alts go up at the same time, this is a very good situation. This is exactly what we want. And we look at Ethereum, and we looked at Ethereum today made a new all-time high. Exactly almost to the T of what I talked about, right? I said Bitcoin will come first, Ethereum will follow. It's just something that you have to just program in your brain. Bitcoin does one thing, Ethereum follows, then L1s follow, then majors follow, then mid caps and minor caps, kind of an convoluted together, will follow overall. And I'm going to give you guys a little piece of what I think the market will look like in 5 years. Now, I posted today about how I want to be a fund manager. I am a fund manager now in the space, and I want to be the biggest fund manager in the space. I don't want to think small. I want to think big. And I mean, maybe it's unattainable for me, but I don't know yet. So I'm going to put that goal really high. And I want to be, in 5 years from now, someone that you guys watch on YouTube who's managing $1 billion of crypto. That's where I want to be. So that's what I'm telling you guys on this channel, so that you guys can be the witness of me saying that, because that makes it real. Okay, so we see Ethereum, just to go back to ETH, hit an all-time high. So what does that actually mean for us? It means that alts are generally going to follow. Now, how about if this candle closes like that? Would you feel confident, coach? A lot of people ask me this. Would you feel confident if this candlestick closed like that? It'd basically be off all-time high and a shooting star. Well, what I would say to that is we have 9 hours and 52 minutes left in this day, and a lot of things can change by the end of the day. We could dump, we could pump, you don't know. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this, and we're going to watch the technicals, right? So we see that it rejected off that level, but that means nothing. Let's go look at volume. How's our volume been doing? Our volume has slowly increased over the last few days, so that just might mean that ETH might have a small retracement and come back and retest this level down here. 39,040. We talked about this several times on the way back up. So we'll likely come back down and retest it because we kind of sliced right through and never came back. So it's very likely that we come down, retest this level before retesting the all-time high level and breaking out and going to the level that I drew way back while we were still coming up way down here, where I said we likely will come to this level, and we almost did. But I still have this level drawn on, and we'll leave it there for months. Okay, because that's where I think ETH will go to. Okay, lots of questions. Let me get to all of them, guys. Thank you, Krunal. You didn't have a question. If you do have one, please do throw that in there. I'll try to get to that. So MBX is not one that I can actually, I can't actually look at MBX when we go on here. As you guys can see, there's no crypto, right? So what I have to do is actually go on here where Strong is. And Strong is one of those projects that if you got in early, you are probably like, I am laughing now, right? Like you're probably sitting there going like, this is awesome. So MBX, MobiPay. I don't know if this is the right one, but let's just make sure. No, it's not the right one. Okay, so I have to find the right one. Let's not focus on that project right this second. But what I can tell you, it's a 1.5 cents right now. It's on an uptrend and it looks really healthy on a chart. What I can do is probably bring up what it's on. What's the exchange it's on again, guys? Freak, my brain is slow right now. I can't think of it. Anyone know? Anyone know which exchange that's on? BitHum Global, that's what it is. BitHum. All right, so let's go just quickly look at BitHum and just find our spot market for this and look up MBX just to give you guys some perspective of where it's at. It's very, very bullish right now. Like I said, yesterday, I got an email. My last seed distribution has come out. So what we're looking at for MBX, guys, it looks extremely bullish right here because all we have to do is break out of this level right there at like 1.6 cents. Remember, there's no more new tokens coming out. Anyone who sold probably sold already, or sold most of it already. And now we're starting to see volume starting to pump in there and a nice healthy market about to break out. Now remember, if we break out, we're going to 2.1 cents and then likely going to 2.6. And then there's really very little bit of resistance at 3 cents. It will just keep going higher. And remember, tokens, people sold most of them already. Seeds out, privates out. This is the time where you want to buy projects. This is a fully distributed project that is about to start ramping up marketing. And on top of that, they have retailers with like pretty much the biggest retailers in the world. I mean, Bed Bath Beyond, Kelsey's in Canada, like Radio Shack and Netflix and tons of people like Xbox. All these guys are partners with them. You'd be silly not to look into this project. I've been talking about it for over a year. Definitely look into it. So looking over at our shitcoin perpetual index, just really quickly to tell you, like I said, shitcoin perpetual index tells us what the alt market is doing, right? We can look at total too. We can look at the alt market. But what do we see here? If you just simply draw a horizontal line at the levels of resistance in the past, let me just make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. So as you see, when we come to these levels, we reject them. Yeah, this kind of is like it's in a limbo area right here. But if we really look overall, when we come to this type of a level, usually it rejects off of that level. If we break out of that level and retest it, we're likely going up to this level at 82, which means alts are about to absolutely moon. That's what it means, guys. Bitcoin dominance is going down. Alts are going up. Our total too is up on the day and made a new all-time high. I think, just missed the all-time high, and it's breaking out of this level. Guys, when you break out of a level like this, just so you understand, when you break out of these types of levels, do you know what happens next? It usually goes far higher, and this is the level. So once we break above that level, guys, alts are about to moon. Like, this is... You know, I was bearish when I needed to be bearish, but this is the time to be bullish, guys. Like, this is the time. This is the time right now. Right now. Having tons and tons of USDC. If it's not invested in farms and you're not making money on it, you're going to lose. So this is the time right now where you look for opportunity because it's telling us, the market told us, all-time high Bitcoin, all-time high ETH, all-time high on Solana, right? We're making all-time highs. So what does that tell you? Oh, sorry, all-time high, not on Solana. Almost all-time high for Solana. Luna, where are we at? Almost all-time high for Luna. KSM has a lot of ways to go. Maybe it won't get there because DOT is the one to look at now. And look where DOT is at. DOT is exactly where I talked about the level potentially of it rejecting. It rejected it. You can see that. It rejected it exactly off that level. We broke out of the level, the triangle I talked about yesterday. I drew poorly. I said, look, we're probably going to break out of that. Look, we're going to come retest this level 42.5, 42.25. And then we're going to go all the way up to this level. And it's that simple. It's that simple, right? Like, you could be here all day and you could say, oh, well, there's opportunity. Maybe there's not. There's opportunities everywhere right now. Everywhere. Yesterday, what did I tell you guys? Oh, I'm stopping the video so I can go and buy a coin. What coin did I buy? I bought Atom. When did I buy Atom, guys? The price was right on the 21 EMA. So I bought it $1.50 cheaper than it is right now. And look, once we break out of this level, guess what? It's going up to this level. It's going to 38. So much opportunity. L1s are the opportunity. I talked about this. L1s will be making all-time highs next. That's what we're looking for right now. It's that easy. Like, guys, don't make it hard for yourself. The smartest investment managers in the world, you know what they tell me? They tell me, oh, we just keep it simple, man. We just keep it simple. That's what they tell you. You actually will laugh when they talk to you because they tell you just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. Look at that. Keep it simple. We broke out. Now it's coming back down. We'll retest this level. AVAX likely is going to go higher. I talked about DAG. DAG has good news. We talked about this at 20 cents. We waited. We held the 200 EMA. That held as a strong support. Now we're trying to break back in the cloud. We need to see our Tenkan cross up, but what we can do is, how's our secondary chart looking? Well, we go down to our 4-hour chart, and we see the 4-hour is starting to look almost bullish. So it's almost ready, DAG, right? So we go back to our daily chart, and then we go to KSM. We go, oh, KSM, maybe it's ready. How does our 4-hour chart look? Our 4-hour chart's bullish. Well, if our 4-hour chart's bullish, how does our 8-hour chart look? Well, that's also bullish. Well, what does our 12-hour chart look? Quite bullish. So our daily's almost bullish. So KSM is quite bullish because multiple time frames is bullish. So this is the stuff I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Like, I want you to see the market in a simple way. Stop trying to find indicators. Stop trying to find alpha that's not there. Guys, the simplest thing in the world is not thinking about stuff too much. Do your research. But when you're trading, thinking about stuff loses you money. Look at it. Does that feed into your analysis? If it's bullish and there's a bullish setup, I'm going to go in. Bearish and there's a bearish setup, I'm going to go in. If it's bullish but the setup's not good, I'm not going to go in. I had this conversation with my really good friend Lee, and I told him I'm so bored of trading. Bored. I'm actually bored of trading. Why? Because trading is looking for the exact same thing every single time you look at a chart. And so it's kind of boring because you're looking for like 4 or 5 trade setups all the time. You look for new alpha, but in general, you're looking for 4 or 5 trade setups. So I'm looking for a breakout potential, or I'm looking for Ichimoku trades. So our Kijin bounce off the Kijin is right here. That was what I talked about way over here. I mean, had you guys entered on the Kijin bounce, which I talked about when we were way up here, you would have been at $120 on Solana, and right now you'd be up $62, $64, $66 per SOL. Now, that's because I keep it simple. I just tell everyone, okay, I see this happening. When this happens, I'm going to get in. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to get in. And the more simple you guys make it for yourself, the better. Now, here's another Kijin bounce. So you see, Luna came down, bounced off the Kijin. Or actually, this is a Kijin break trade because it broke below and then broke back above. And then we had a really bullish engulfing candlestick. And right after that bullish engulfing candlestick, we would have entered right here. I didn't enter in this trade because I missed it. But the point is these opportunities are absolutely going to be everywhere. Once ETH and Bitcoin moon and Sol moons and L1's moon, then what do you look at? Then you start looking at my new thesis of blockchain by blockchain mooning. What do I mean by that? And then guys, I know you're here and I'm going to get onto all your coins, but I want to give you some perspective on how I'm seeing the markets so you understand why I'm doing what I do. Okay. So here's what I see happening, okay? We have ADA, we have KSM, we have DOT, we have Lambda, we have, Solana, AVAX, Atom, all these major blockchains, BNB, another one, BSC. So we have all these major blockchains, right? What do you think of this? In 5 years from now, even in 3 years from now, how many projects do you guys suspect will be on each chain? Because I remember Ethereum last cycle had way too many projects and I couldn't keep up. Now we have Ethereum, we have DOT, we have KSM, we have Solana, we have Luna, we have DAG, we have Atom, we have ADA, and. And there's new blockchains coming out like Prasaga, Partisia, Devio. So the question I have for you guys is, what comes next? What do you think comes next? Because what I think comes next is this. I think we're going to have what I talked about yesterday in my video. We're going to see DeFi projects all moon together. We're going to see layer 2s all moon together. We're going to see gaming all moon together. We're going to see privacy all moon together, right? That's all good and fine and dandy. But what I see happening, and this is on a bigger scale, by next cycle, when we have 40 blockchains, 40 blockchains that need infrastructure, 40 blockchains that are going to have projects launching on them. I mean, we have Phantom as another one that I should be adding in there as well. So there are so many. Every ecosystem, you're not going to be able to be in them all. You're not going to be able to invest in them all, know people in them all, because they're going to get bigger. Microsoft, as a company right now, has over $2.5 trillion market cap. Let me just remind you that Bitcoin and crypto as a whole just has a little bit more, or maybe about on par as of right now. So if we put those in perspective, you're going to have a Microsoft on every single blockchain. They're all going to have $1 billion or $2 or $5 or $100 billion or $1 trillion. Some of them. And this is where we're going. And so you have to understand that you will have to start picking which blockchains, which ecosystems are you going to support? You're going to support Cardano? Are you going to support Cardano and AVAX only? Are you going to start 3? Because you can't do them all. And this is what you're going to learn is the market's going to shift into cycles. And cycles will be blockchain cycles. So all ecosystems of Solana will moon. All projects on Solana will moon. All Launchpad project will moon. And then you'll have then it will shift to Luna. And then it will shift to others. But it might happen concurrently because if they all get so big, we'll have the same amount of people we have in crypto now. But each blockchain will have those many people because that's how little people are actually in crypto right now. You guys are all early. Anyone watching this feed right now, you are early. $2.6 trillion is nothing. We can go to $10 trillion by the end of next cycle. That's 4 times the amount of money in this market. That means there's going to be people that turn from millionaires to billionaires. I'm telling you right now. All right, now I'm going to get on to your guys' questions because I just wanted to give you my perspective because I think a lot of people have asked me for this recently. Like, can you give us more perspective on your insights into the market? That's what I'm saying. So what day is it today? Today is Thursday. Why is that important? Are you really worried that we hit 67 and we're at 64 too right now? Because if you are, welcome to crypto. This is normal. we go up and down like this on a daily basis. And then the higher the price gets, the more the prices will fluctuate on a day-to-day basis until more institutions have more money and they don't want to play the markets as much, which will happen over the long term. All right, let's get XRP. I've seen too many people. I hate XRP, but I don't let that decide whether I'll trade it or not. What do I see with XRP? So the daily is kind of bullish. We don't have a bullish TK cross yet. The Chiku kind of poked out there. So it's almost ready. I wouldn't trade it yet, to be honest. And we kind of see like it's holding this kind of level there. So I would wait for just kind of it to break up a little bit more. And I would wait for a couple more days to see that 10 can break above the Kijun sit. But let's look on the 12-hour, give you a second perspective as to lower time frame. So on the lower time frames, we're still bullish, but what I can clearly see is a level that it hasn't broke yet. Right around here, you can see that. So because we have that, we wait to break out of that level. So you're gonna wait, it might sputter around a little bit more and then pop out, and that's where you want to get it. You want to get it either when it breaks out of that level or when it comes down and retest the Kumo top, this cloud. Okay, so that's what you'd be looking for. And if you want to do right now, you can click a pop out and you can literally write a note of the stuff I just said, and you can just sit there and wait and look for it because I'll tell you right now, most of the stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis is waiting. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for the trade setup to come. So I'll watch this and I'll come back to it over the next 4 or 5 days, and when it breaks out and retests, I'll enter. That's how you do it with XRP. It's almost ready, but I wouldn't enter just yet, and even if it did break up, I wouldn't care. Okay, guys, this is one thing that I'm different than a lot of traders. I don't give a crap if I miss a trade, ever. Here's what we're looking for stellar. So on the 12-hour, we kind of want to wait till it at least comes down to here again, but it did already, so maybe that was the retest because the future Kumo retested, but the actual Kumo didn't. That can happen when the cloud slopes up or slopes down. It can either slope up and then only come down to that top, or it can slope down and go lower and wick into the cloud. It's a little bit of stuff. Now, we see that XLM on a 12-hour, it's bullish, but we would want to kind of wait for it to retest. We see on the daily, it kind of looks pretty good. My computer's a bit slow to catch up right now for some reason, so we'll just wait for that. There we go. There we go. Okay, so on the daily, we're kind of poking out, right? I think I would want to wait for this to maybe come down to right around here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert just a little bit lower, right around here at 34.6. And so anyone can do this, crossing on the daily chart, and I'm going to write a KBO retest. And that's the trade setup. And I'm going to create that, and I got it. Cool. Continue anyway. So now that trade setup is going to be there. Okay. Someone asking for ShopX. Let me just grab that quick. ShopX. Guys, don't buy that MBX. It is not the correct one, clearly. All right. So moving over to ShopX here, we'll get the B Bank and others as well. I'll do the best I can. Only so much time in the day, but thank you guys. Guys, if you're watching this right now and, I want to share something with you. If you're watching this right now, go on to Gleam, onto Twitter. I've actually shared this. This is a Gleam contest where you can win a £100 castle. These all sold out. There's 5,000 of them. I'm giving them away. I put 500 bucks up so that you guys can win these. So do enter. You have to follow Pocket Arena, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel and like the video, all the simple stuff so that I can give you guys something for free. Another thing I want to just highlight is my channel sponsor, Immutable X. Guys, this project is a feeless, gasless, instant transaction product. If you've been on ETH and you've minted and you've paid thousands of dollars in minting fees, just in gas, this is the solution, guys. Not only for gaming does it have instant feeless and gaslit, it has it for minting. So you can do stuff instantly on ETH, not having to like set up a whole EVM situation. It's all right there, all your MetaMask, all simple, easy to use, and fast, super fast. So guys, we're not telling you about Immutable X to shill it. We're telling you about it because it is the best solution in the market right now for NFT and gaming. By far, it's made and only made for NFT and gaming. That's what they do. Their protocol is so that people can play games and mint NFTs and trade NFTs all in a very simple and seamless way. This is amazing. Okay. All right, let me see more questions. There's so many of you guys. I love you all for being here. Thank you so much. Coach Breakdown TV is next level. You're welcome, Cardi Man. I'm trying to give you guys the perspective of how I see the market, not just about the market. Okay, let's get into ShopX, guys, because a lot of you have been asking. I am an advisor, so I'm not trying to shill this project to you, right? Look, ShopX is a project that has signed someone very large, a large name, recently. I can't name who it is because of being a part of the project and not letting things out. But you guys will all be very excited about ShopX once you hear who joined us. Number one. Number two, lots of stuff has been going on behind the scenes with ShopX. I'm not at liberty to say exactly what it is, but as you can see, every time it's come down to certain levels, it's holding them, right? You see this? Now, another thing about ShopX that's also very bullish is there's no more token distribution, right? So the token distribution for private sales all done. Less token dilution means that the price is likely natural to hold. And remember, it is still above public sale over, I think it's almost 5x public sale price. So it's never like it went horrible. It's just a lot of people bought it at the wrong time and the market shifted like right after this hit all-time high, which is mainly what happened. All right, so what we can see is we're in a range right now, and this is called an accumulation range, where you can clearly see people have been buying and selling in this range, right, between 13 and 9 cents. And so once we break out of that range, where will we go next? And so what I'm looking for is where are the levels that we've tested and stayed, kind of honest to this whole time. And so we'll look around this level. It's not exactly this level, but around 18, 19, 20 cents, right? So we're looking at that area for the next level for it to come up to. And then the one between that would be right here at about 16. So we have a few ranges to watch for and look at and see potentially where it could go to. And so we're going to watch for that. We're just going to watch and see, okay, these are our ranges now. We know where they are. And we're going to watch for them. We're going to trade those ranges until they break up. When they break up, it's a completely different situation. All right, FXF is working hard. Okay, so let me just give you guys some perspective of why FXF is going to take time. FXF is the only in the world, the only only simple solution where you can trade on every exchange, where if exchanges go down, you can still close your trades, where, look, Phoenix Flow is the only place where you can trade on every exchange, 36 liquidity providers and several exchanges, as you guys know, the major ones. One wallet, one KYC. So I don't have to go and do KYC on FTX and on Binance and all the other ones. I just have to do it on Phoenix Flow, and that's where they're getting towards. Soon they will have several more pairs. It's coming. I know all the plans. Of course, I can't share them with you, but I know there's a lot coming. Another thing is they're going to a zero fee model. Yeah, I know you're probably like, yeah, okay, sure, coach. Yeah, or they're going to a zero fee model, meaning that institutions will pay fees, but retail clients will not pay fees. And they have a whole system as to how they're going to do that. And it was partially my idea because of what CZ said. CZ said people want the best fees. That's what they care for, whatever saves them the most money. I saw James, is there a way that we can make it free or almost exactly free, so cheap that it's cheaper than everywhere else? And James said, yeah, we'll find a way to do it. And we found a way to do it. So Phoenix Flow is probably at the bottom right now. I've been telling people that this is the bottom, this range. And I don't see it coming lower than that range. I actually would love to see it lower than that range so I could even buy more. Because if this went to 5 cents, I would probably buy at least $500,000 worth, because it will just go it will go back up. Like, it's too simple. So with exchanges, they take time. Like Aldrin also is taking time. Phoenix Flow is going to take time. Bullish is going to take time. But these new exchanges don't knock them out, man. I'm telling you, the ones that are doing it regulated with the regulators that don't have any stuff from the past the regulators can go through and find, these guys potentially have a higher opportunity than the ones that don't. And remember, you can't trade on every exchange if you're American, but you can if you're on a Phoenix Flow. You can trade on all of them. Doesn't matter if you're American because it's regulated. That's where it's going. So I'll stop shilling about it, but I love Phoenix Flow. Obviously working with them for a long time, and I'm very passionate about it because I helped them build it, but it's amazing. Now, is Celsius going to close in the US? It's possible, very possible that they would close. They're going through a lot of regulatory scrutiny, and so is Nexo, and this is why YLD hasn't opened up to the US. It's just too much regulatory scrutiny, and that's difficult for people to deal with, and I think they just don't want to deal with the headaches of it all. HTR, I haven't talked about HTR for a while. Let's see how it's doing. I looked at it just the other day, and it looks like, yeah, it did look like it was starting to get more bullish. I mean, I'm holding on this for a longer time, right? I'm not really too concerned. I do still think that we can get into this $5 range potentially, but we need to see it break above. Now, what's really exciting for me is when we cross above 97 cents. Once we break out of this level and retest it, we're likely going back to the $1.50, $2 range. And look, this all-time high, I truly don't believe is the last one. And this is another one that could go in the blockchain section of my blockchains group. That's in another list on my list, but not on this one yet. Now, what's interesting here is traditional markets have been making new all-time highs with Bitcoin. So has the SPX 500, or it's just about to today, or very, very close. So it's like they kind of wicked this all out, faked everybody out, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go higher. DXY rejected that level I talked about around 95, 94.5. And that's promising. That doesn't mean it's not bullish. It's actually extremely bullish still, and it could do a Kijun bounce right off the 93. Gold, well, gold's being gold, boring as hell. 10 years ago, we can go back and find out that it was the same price as it is right now. Good job, Peter Schiff. You're an awesome dude. And last but not least, let's talk about Yield App. Yield App, honestly, just they changed up some stuff. They're West Ham United's official sponsor. Have some of the best, if not the best, rates in the industry. They just changed them a little bit, like I told you, but that's great if you're a yield holder, because long term there's less emissions, which means the price of the project will go up because people will want to get more funds. Always fun to get funds. So just want to talk about this as well. Before we get back to trading stuff, because some people aren't traders and it's not really their thing. So I want to talk about NFTs. So NFTs mean a lot of things to a lot of people. But what do they actually do? So this is a really good share by one of the guys in my group, Marcos. He shared this and he was like, this is what NFTs do, is I kind of want to share with everybody else to show them that like, there's much more to them than just a JPEG. So application wise, we can use them in DeFi and staking, liquidity, royalties, gaming, and digital worlds like metaverses, in standalone games with tradable assets, and tradable assets for traditional games and play to earn, crowdfunding, art, music, generative art, hand-drawn art, profile pictures, history, capturing events, right, into an NFT, giving that to a kid, letting them decode the NFT. You could use that in music class. You could use that in all sorts of classes. So there's a lot of application, and I think that like it's as if we just scratched the surface and people were like, wait a minute, there's a lot of stuff this does. And that's what I think we're at right now for a lot of people, and it's really, really exciting because NFTs are just getting started, in my opinion, but I'm not interested as much now into profile pic stuff. I'm more interested in the stuff that's evolving NFTs and doing more things with them. And we're seeing this a lot more. For example, I'm seeing now NFTs being, you know, what they are basically used as in normal games being used in crypto games. Like we can trade all of our assets we earn in games, right, to other people that may need them to craft stuff. And I mean, if you play any traditional games, you know that these things that we do in our paid for gamings is pretty great. ERDSL. Oh man, I know this team actually, the guys from there. I actually talked to them on Federal Reserve Token. I talked to these guys right at the start when they just launched. I was too busy with Eternity and actually Phoenix Flow at the time, so I couldn't actually help them because I didn't have the time. But I really like this team. They're really nice guys, hardworking, really committed to what they're trying to get to. Not too sure how the project is done, so opening this chart will be the first time in quite some time. But let's see how they've been doing. As you can tell, the internet's a little bit slow for some reason on this. So we'll try to read there we go. So yeah, it had a crazy pump. I remember that part. And now it's kind of on that low, right? Sitting down here. Could it come back? Maybe. I don't really know too much about how their stuff works anymore. It's been like months and months since we talked, so not too much there I can talk about. Now, Umbrella Network, though, I invested into this one like a couple of months back when it was near its low. They have so much stuff coming out. Like, I know they have exchange listings. I know that they have big partnership announcements. So they've actually, I think they were just like 17 or 16 or 20 cents not too long ago. Dex Tools sucks, by the way, guys. If you have any other Dex charting software stuff, because right now it doesn't seem to want to work properly, let me know. So Umbrella Network had a crazy pump, came back down to resistance, to level, and I was buying it around here at 17 cents, right down this bottom level. And I picked some up because I talked to team and they were like, we have so much great stuff coming. It's just like people dumped and then like forget about projects like usual. But you know, you see how many months go by and most of the tokens come out and then things can start being done, and Umbrella's really focused in getting things done. So I'm really excited about that. Blockbank is a project that is very close to my heart. I am an advisor, so full disclosure on that one. I'm biased because I am an advisor. So unlike a lot of people who won't tell you these things, I will tell you very straightforward. Now, this is clearly a pair that's not working or something's weird with it. Seem like Dex Tools doesn't like it for some reason. All right, there we go. So a project you want to know that's undervalued. Well, they have this partnership coming, and if you guys can draw a shape, you'll know who that is. And with that partnership coming, that's very bullish. And another thing, it's broken above this level, right? And it's kind of testing it. And so what I'm looking to see, is this going to be a breakout, retest, and then is it about to shoot off? Blockbank looks ready to go. It did its private sale or public sale 10 cents. So you're not buying the top, you're pretty much buying close to the bottom. They have tons and tons of tokens staked. Like, I think the pooled B bank is 2.8 million and the actual staked B bank is over 60 million. So it just gives you some perspective as to all it takes is their platform to go live and people wanting to get the APYs and buying tokens to get that. And we all have seen how Yield App, Nexo, and Celsius is done, so we already know where this likely will go. Questions. Circle. Yes, that's a good call. Have you looked at KDA? I have. Actually, I've talked to KDA's team just recently. Because I felt like their network is like Kadena is like one of those projects where like, why are you not as big as you should be? And you know, they've 10x'd in the recent time. They just did an all-time high. They have a lot of money. They have a DEX coming out called CADEX. I've talked to their team. I might be working with them a little bit because I think Kadena has a lot of money, a lot of stuff, but they haven't. Here's the thing: Kadena hasn't really tried yet on the marketing side. They're really focused on development, and now it feels like, based off my chat with them, that they're really focused on developing, and now they're kind of shifting that to marketing, and they're ready. Like the ecosystem is ready to be built on another L1 blockchain. But I'm telling you guys, it's a $300 million market cap. This is undervalued. That's the truth. Another one. You guys ever heard of Lambden? Tau? I don't know if I can find it on here, but Lambden is another one, a Python developed L1, which every coder that pretty much writes code knows Python, so anyone can code on it on blockchain tech with Python, which is a language they already know, not have to learn Rust or Solidity. That could be very powerful. Please like the video. Yes, thank you, Jeff. Like the video, subscribe, hit that bell. And guys, reminder, go on to Twitter. On Twitter, you'll find the Pocket Arena giveaway. Go get a free $100 castle. A la coach. It's on me. You don't have to pay anything. It'll be airdropped to you if you win. Go join the campaign. I want you guys to win. It's as simple as clicking on a few buttons, following a few people on Twitter, like myself, and on Twitter and on YouTube, and winning. And I want you guys to win. I love when you guys win. I love hearing about you winning. So do it. Don't delay. Okay. Getting back onto this, let me get some questions from earlier on. I missed quite a few. Phantom, another layer 1 blockchain. Guys, if you noticed something about what I was talking about the other day, how I said layer 1s will go with Bitcoin and Ethereum. They go together almost. It's like Bitcoin starts it and then the other ones kind of go with it. So Bitcoin started mooning, ETH started mooning, and then our L1 started mooning quietly. If you guys have not noticed that the L1s moon quietly, they slow moon, and then all of a sudden they're hopping. You're like, wait, when was it this high? This is exactly what's happening. Phantom will be $3 soon. Look, I remember Phantom. I remember one of my good buddies invested in Phantom. I remember when it was down here. We're charting it from down there, you can see, and now we're up here. We're talking about 1,000x. Like, we're literally talking about 1,000x from the bear market, right? This is in March 2020. From that huge dip, and had you just bought on any of the retests on any of these levels, let's say you bought this level at 6 cents, it's not even 1 cent, it was 0.006 cents. Had you bought down there, even on that third level, you'd be up 400x. 400x. Crazy. I know, right? Massively crazy. All right, hit 67 likes. That's what's up. Much love, guys. Hit that like, do it up, share this to your friends. Guys, I'm here for you. I'm probably the only fund manager signed working in a fund manager in the whole entire crypto space on YouTube. You have an advantage by having me here, and I'm here for you. I'm not saying that out of I'm not saying that out of like cockiness, like, oh, you guys are lucky. I'm saying that because most people on Twitter are just LARPers, man. That's the truth. And so what I want to do is try to give you guys less LARPage and more facts and more what's actually happening. So we look at Clover, right? And so I've talked about, oh, I think Clover's going to go soon. And people were like, why? Well, let's look at this situation. We have a bullish Chiku span. We had a bullish TK cross, and we broke into the cloud, and now we're retesting the Kijinsen. So what kind of trade would this be for you if you were looking to enter, which I am, or already am in per se? I would be looking to exit underneath this level right here. So I'm going to stop out just under the cloud, just a little bit below that level. Okay, so a 3.8 percent loss if I trade, and I'm going to look for this to actually go all the way up to the top of the cloud, because it's called an edge to edge trade, and it likes to go from one edge of the cloud to the other. So right now, even if we want to be a little bit more, a little more, just in case it wicks out, we could even pull this down a little bit further to a 5%, and we're at a 5.31 R ratio. Now, what R is simple. I'm going to do this with right here. So let's say we have a 5.3 R. What does that mean? 5.3 R is like a multiple of how much money you put into the position. So let's say my risk, if I stop out here, if it hits this level, I lose $100, right? So if I have a 5.3 R trade, if I lose $100. But if I win, if it hits this level right up here, guess what? I win. I make $530. So then if I make 2 bad trades, I'm still in profit. I make 3 bad trades, I'm still in profit. Even if I make 4 bad trades, I'm still in profit, because you always want a 3R ratio. Now, traders, fund managers understand this. Retail don't understand this. They don't understand the statistics on how to trade, and that you only miss the shots you don't take. And if you don't, you have to have risk rules, right? So some of my rules: never enter into more than 5% of my whole entire account at risk at one time. What that means, if I have 5 trades open with 1% risk on my account, if they all stop out at the same time, my account drops from 100% to 95%. Now, to make that 5% up, as you guys can see, if this trade goes well, I'll make my money back in one trade. Just one trade. Now, if I lose that trade, I'll lose $100. So I don't even have to, if I'm doing even just to 3R, let's say I'm doing 3R. If I do 3R trades all the time, and I only hit 30% of them, I make money every month. I can do 100 trades, have 30 hit, and still make money in a month. That's why a fund manager doesn't look to go 90% or 80% hit rate. We look to have the statistics on our side, meaning that we make more money than we lose. That's how you should think about it. And it's really good mindset to develop over time, because it will help all of you understand the markets and understand how to trade and use risk management properly. Where did I learn this stuff? Great question, Steve. I learned this on my own. The one thing I learned over time is this. In my life, if I wanted to learn something and I expected other people to teach me it, I would never learn it, because they would never make the time to teach it unless I paid them. But if I wanted to learn something, the internet is right there, and I can go on YouTube and Google and find anything I want. Now, that can be hard for some people, so I purchased a crypto course. A trading course by a non-crypto trader to learn how the Ichimoku system worked, so I could understand the rule-based system and then find the alpha in that for myself. And that's what I did, and it took me 2 years of actually trading and making mistakes and all that good stuff, so that I could find what my alpha was. I could find what worked and what didn't. I could journal enough that after 1,000 trades of the same kind of trade, I knew when to put 2% risk, when to put 0.5% risk, when to look at that trade and go, nope, because of the situation on the chart, because I wrote it down. This is what the chart looked like. This is how I felt. I went in this trade because I was FOMOing. You do that, and you start learning how to become a real trader, not a gambler. And that's the difference between a lot of us and a lot of other people, is because traders trade. And we don't gamble. We don't put more risks for no reason and all that. Hello from Thailand. What's up, Chris Martin? I'm glad you got into LD. Glad you got in there, Steve. And honestly, this little dip right now might be a really good opportunity. A lot of people have been saying like, oh man, well, they dipped because like they have a new emission structure and it pumped, and then when we found out it dumped. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for the opportunity. Yield App is gonna give less tokens out for free, as an investment perk, unless you lock up your tokens. So you'll still be able to get the same rates of return. You just have to lock it in. So what? Who cares? If you're not okay with that, you clearly, go into Anchor until they can't afford to have more liquidity and can't give you 20%. Because that's what's going to happen to all the protocols. They're all going to reduce because there's not enough money in the market. And when the market flips bearish, there'll be even less. So they're going to have to give you less. So that's how it works. Right now, Yield App gives more than Nexo and Celsius by far. So I'm going to stick with them because I'd rather make 17 than 11%. They also give higher rates of return to everyone in a tier 1 status as well. So why would you go anywhere else? So that's how I look at it. I think they're going to expand and grow immensely. Another one that's way undervalued and kind of seems to just like keep going up and down in circles is Freeway Token. It's been basically in this range forever. Since like June, it's been in a range and it hasn't busted out. When this finally breaks out of this range, we're going to the top of this range. We're going to go back to 3 cents, probably much higher than that. Once people realize what they have and they make a new website so it's not difficult and a lot simpler, I think we're going to be crushing. Less larpage. Noya just dipped hard. Guys, why do I tell you about dip buys? Why do I tell you this? I tell you about these. That's not a hard dip at all, by the way. This is just a dip to support. That would have been a great buy opportunity if you had a buy at support. But that's not really a dip. I mean, I'll show you guys a dip. You want to see a dip? I bought this dip today. Perfect buy. Let me just go on the 4 hour so you can see it. So this is on FTX, yeah. So today I bought a little bit around this price on the 200 EMA. I bought like, I think $10,000. And then I set another buy order. I don't know why it's not showing on here though. Oh, it's the perp, sorry. CLV USD on FTX looks a little bit different, as you guys can clearly see. So what happened is someone fat fingered and sold off. So I actually had a buy order right at 110, right at this level right here. I set a buy order today at a $1.10. So I was like, yeah, $1.10. And this happened like right like 3 or 4 hours before this wick happened. I put a buy order because I told you guys I felt on Twitter. I was like, I feel like CLV is going to have something happen. I didn't think it was going to be a super huge dump, but it doesn't matter because someone dumped into my buys and I sent that wick right back up. But now my buy order is at 110 and I bought another one at 123. Some average buys somewhere in the middle, which is great. I'm in profit, right? And this is something I implore all of you to do. Find coins that you like, right? So let's say it's ARPA, right? ARPA, I've been talking about ARPA forever. I mean, like forever. It's been like ages and ages. We were trading it way down here. So like we knew ARPA would eventually go, right? So all you do is just set dip buy orders for some of this stuff. You just look for these pockets of liquidity, like right here. And so the first time you saw that area of liquidity, you know it's going to revisit because it's revisited here and here and here and here and here and here. And all these wicks came to that level. So if you just put the first time it wicks, the second time you just put in like a buy order at 8 cents and then a buy order at 8.5, or sorry, 8.6 and 8.5, somewhere in this range. You just put a buy order. If it hits, then you're instantaneously in profit if it goes back again. So the dip buy order thing, like I said, if you had $100,000 and it's just sitting there and you're not trading with it right now, you go to coins that you like, projects that you know well, and you look for the liquidity pockets and you put buy orders in lower levels that maybe they'll hit and maybe they won't. They don't hit after a week or two, you just come back, you cancel the order and you look for another pair. What ends up happening is once in a while you get your CLV type dip and you make it. And it's amazing because you make so much profit by doing so little. You just plan it, right? So that's what it's all about. What do you think about Fun Token? I don't think much about Fun Token, to be honest. Old shitcoin from last cycle, and it's a casino coin. Most casino coins haven't done well in overall. All right, someone asked for Super. I've seen Super and I've seen TLM and seen Earn. So let's talk about all of them. So Super Farm is about to finish their vesting period. Okay, so that's a really good thing for a lot of us. But what I'm looking at is the volume. So I'm waiting for their volume to come back to those higher levels again. So it did yesterday. So we're seeing volume starting to increase a little bit, but no real in volume increases, not like in the past. Like we're looking for the big volume to come back. So I think we're going to see that happen. This is going to consolidate a little bit longer. We're going to see probably on the 4 hour, we'll likely see it start to turn more bullish. But as you can see, it's kind of in that consolidating pattern right now. So it's kind of up and down, up and down. This is going to flip bullish soon. It already is technically on the 4 hour, but it's going to flip bullish on a more high time frame. We're seeing that this edge to edge trade is set up right now. So the Chiku is not in a place that you want to trade. So we wouldn't enter into this one, right? Because that Chiku, this span has to be above the candles to be bullish. So it's not, so we wouldn't enter. But if it was, we have a bullish TK cross and an entry into the candles. So we would look to go towards the top of the top of this right here. And then we're doing sand. Sorry, that's one super. Same price and same look of chart actually. With a lot of the gaming projects, we go to TLM, we see that as well. We go with Earn, we see that as well. We go to Mana, we see that as well. Axie is Axie. It's different. But Alice, the same thing. So remember I told you guys are going to see them go in waves together. You're about to see, and I'm telling you this now before it happens, you're about to see the gaming coins start to moon again sometime in the next few weeks, I'm going to assume, because this is going to break up. We're going to get a bullish TK cross. We're going to get our Chiku starting to turn bullish. We're going to break into the cloud. We're going to get our edge to edge, and we're set up perfectly on daily charts right now to break out, retest, and go higher. That's what we're going to see over and over and over again, and it's going to be boring because it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again, but it's not going to be boring because we're going to be making money, and everyone loves making money. So you see how Mana, same thing on super. So we need these Tenkins to cross above the green, to cross above the red, to give us more confluence, and then see the Chiku go bullish as well. And then we have everything set up for success for all of the gaming projects. It's not just super. I could do the exact same chart almost for TLM. And so maybe TLM's not as, super is looking better than TLM, to be honest. And sand is looking pretty good too. And so is Mana. Eternity though. Now Eternity, let's do this in the 4 hour because we don't have enough cloud here. What I'm looking at here is that was Shaq, right? This is the Shaq effect. Bunch of people bought in, huge volume. I mean, look at the volume on there. We have never seen volume like that. Even with Messi, we didn't see $4.4 million of volume on Binance. That was crazy. The only time we saw that was in the past on Uniswap, and I don't even think it was that high even. But that was a crazy candle. It's now consolidating back into that same range it was in before, where you can see that it's come back down to this level and in this range, right? And so we're probably going to break out of that range in the next, few more months. But I think Eternity is a long-term project. Remember, I am advisor, so I am biased, but I will tell you, there is some big stuff coming from these guys, man. And like, I'm investing in Eternal Labs. I think this is going to be something that's going to be around for a long, long time. And what you saw here to there, this consolidation that we're starting to see, I think we're going to start to see the next move up soon enough. So be patient. As Warren Buffett says, you don't have to be smart to be a good investor. You have to have money and patience. Two things that are most important. Yes, TVK, another slow one. Ecomi is another great project as well. All within those same things. TVK has no more distributions as far as I believe. There's been volume spikes and stuff. They're getting close to breakout time as well. So I'm really excited about where we're at in this market right now. And there's another project called Ecomi. I don't believe it's actually, I don't think we can actually check it. Let me see if Omi's on here anywhere. It's on, okay, it's on over here. So Ecomi is another one. I mean, they just is it Marvel, I believe, that they're started with their NFTs for Marvel, and it's probably a really opportune time right now for them because this dump, right, if we look at how far it's gone down, it's about a 25% dump. And what I wouldn't want to catch this knife, right? So what we would look for before we would even try to get into this is for us to kind of break out of this right here. Let's do it this way. Let me looking for something like a breakout at this level. So, let's see if it does start to get some strength and let's see it break out, retest, and start going back up. And then we'd be looking to enter an Omi. I really like this project. That was on the 4 hour. This is on the daily. Again, on the daily, we'd still be looking for that break back up. It's very bullish though, to be honest. So that's something also to take note of. Everything is bullish on this chart, but it's not enough time. Do I like Railgun? I like anything that masks my transactions so you guys can't see what I'm doing on my personal drive, because I think it's really bad that someone can just come on and see that, hey, this is what Coach has in his wallet. This is what I don't mind. I share a lot of this stuff with you, but I don't like the invasion of privacy of that, because if it's my wallet, then you may, be able to follow things that I do. And maybe I don't want you to do that. Why do you ignore my Shiba Inu request? I didn't even see it, dude. And honestly, Shiba, it's on its last leg. Like, I don't believe this has too much more left in it, right? Like, I was told there will be one more pump on this project. I don't believe this is something that is revolutionary. It doesn't do very much, right? I invested in Shiba as a joke. I sold it off because it was a joke. It went up to $42 million worth. Why, I have no idea. In the end of the day, Shiba was created to be another Dogecoin. So, like, even the people who created it that told me about it were not serious about it. Even the people that are in it right now that have large amounts of money, they're still not serious. I have friends of mine that are whales that laugh how they worked so hard for so many years to do all the stuff the legit and the right way, and they made more money off of Elon and Shib and stuff like that than they did ever doing anything legit, which is kind of sad, to be honest. Shows how dumb money is in the world. It's really, really relevant to how dumb people can be with their money. They don't care. It's like, whatever works, we'll just put our money into it. You know, that's the problem with the world right now. Everyone just wants to be rich. No one cares about anything else. All right, ADA. I'm gonna be on here for a few more minutes, guys. My throat is like getting really sore. I'm getting tired here. But we'll definitely be doing more of these. Share it to your friends. Let them know, because honestly, it's what's up. I did talk about BTC Ming at the start of the show, so just kind of rewind to there and you can see it. So PPay is a great project, but you know, it's just the time in the market. Like, I think they're gonna have another run. I think there's so many things that are gonna have a run. So that's what it's up. All right, let's have a quick look. They have a lot going for them, but at the same time, like on Uniswap, there's just not that same liquidity, so people feel like there's not that much going on. They just broke out the downtrend and retested it, so I would be looking, actually, if I didn't have any, to actually buy some, because this is a clear breakout and retest of the down of the breakout, and this likely will go higher. This is the same trade that I talked about for Adam yesterday. I mean, I might as well buy this right now because PPay is in a buy zone here. So just so you know, if you were looking at an opportunity, this could potentially be a nice opportunity on PPay. So just so you guys know. All right. AVAX, is it too late to enter? Yes. Yes, you missed the entry. And honestly, I would wait, because very likely, like, everything will come and retest levels and then they'll go higher. So you just have to be patient. Just be patient. Pokedex. So PDEX is an interesting project. I actually talked to them before they even launched, like months before they launched. They wanted me to work with them, and I just didn't have time. Like, I wish I could work with every project, because I feel like I can make sure that they all do the right thing by the investors, because that's what I care about the most. But it's just not possible. First time on your live feed, loving your insights and transparency. I'm still a relative newbie to crypto. Much appreciation. You, regards, Botswana. Great to have you here from Africa, anywhere you are in the world, guys. I love all you. You know, the club, my Coach K club, has people in every continent except for Antarctica. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, because we don't care about all the BS. We just here to help everyone, and it's a really warm, happy family. Oh, someone asked me about Litecoin. Let me just quickly look at Litecoin, because it's been a while. Like, I think it's been quite a while, actually, since I even looked at Litecoin. But my levels are still on my chart. You'll all love that. Levels always respect. Okay, so what we're looking for here on Litecoin, it clearly broke out and retested, which we like to talk about. Breaks out a level, retests the level from the past. So right now, I would want to see if it comes back to this level again, around $1.88. So just click on the right click, $1.89.50, whatever. Just make an alert. So if it does come and retest that level, we may want to buy that and look towards taking profit at 225, and maybe even potentially a little bit higher around, maybe around here. So somewhere around 230. So it could be a really good opportunity, a nice trade, about 50 bucks per token. So that's nice. Nibilo is too low liquidity for me. I don't trade on Nibilo because the liquidity is just super. You're from Antarctica and you are fam? Well, Jessica, what's up, girl? That's what's up. All right, Manny, nice to have you, man. Great to have you subscribed. I love all you guys being on here. It's great to have you. We will be doing live feeds 4 days a week. And what I'm going to start doing in my videos every week, you're going to have the AMAs, a short AMAs with projects. So what I'm doing with the projects, guys, so when you see me do an AMA with a project video, just know that they're going to be about 8 minutes long, maybe 10, but they're going to tell you everything about the project that you need to know in 10 minutes. None of the technology crap that you don't care about. I talked to a project today called P-Node, and I told them, tell me what your project does like I'm a 4-year-old. I don't want to know all the details. I don't care. I want to know what your project does, how does it add value to the DOT ecosystem, and why should I invest into your project? And they explained it so well. I was like, man, this is what the point is. I want you guys to be able to take a project, watch a video of mine, and be able to know in 8 minutes if you think it's interesting, why you think it's interesting, if you think you'd want to invest or learn more about it and do research. That's what those are for. And if you really, really watch them for that, you will, every time I have a project on, you're going to learn everything you need to know about that project. Stop wasting time reading 30 fucking page white papers. No one reads them. Nobody. No one. I'm telling you now, I invest in a project for 2 or 3 reasons. Number 1, who is the team? Who are they? Are they people that can build this? Are they people that have the acumen to do it? Do they have a good reputation, right? Are they working in crypto before? Do they have the right service providers in crypto that they're working with? Or are they going to flop, right? Those are the main piece. Is the idea a good idea? Does it make sense for crypto or not? What you guys all should be trying to do more often, take this perspective, okay? When you hear about a project, does it excite you really? Do you really get excited about it? Or you're like, sounds okay, you know, maybe I want to get in. And your friends are like, oh man, it's so bullish. And you're like, oh shit, I'm FOMOing. Don't be that guy. Be the guy when you're reading about it, you're hearing from the founders, you're like, this is really, really interesting. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, wow, this is freaking interesting. I really want to know more about it. Those are projects that I invest into. I invest when I'm like, the team is super convincing, they're super sharp, they know what they're talking about. When I ask the hardest questions, they're not sitting there looking at each other, figuring out who can actually answer it. Things like that matter a lot. And so that's what it's all about. And so what I'm getting to is really like have a mindset of trying to understand, instead of like looking at all these thousands of projects, look at the project and go, does it make sense to me? Do I understand it? Like, for example, P-Node, what are they doing? They're providing infrastructure for DOT, all of DOT, all their projects, because every time DOT is a parachain, you need to have SDKs and all this stuff so that you can build on that. Well, no one had that yet. So P-Node was like, we're going to build the infrastructure so you as a developer can run 40 nodes on 40 different projects all in one place instead of spinning up 40 different nodes for 40 different projects. And that makes so much sense. Or having one API that you can, like having one place that connects with all the other different blockchains so they can all talk to each other, right? No one has that in DOT yet. So when we're talking about projects, the way I just explained it to you, you probably all are like, well, that's freaking incredible, right? Because now it solves so much time for developers, which means things will get developed. They won't take forever. You know, they'll save projects 80% of the setup time. This is so valuable. Everyone will use them. So that's why it's awesome. But did you guys know that before? Probably had no idea what the hell a node or P-Node or whatever it was. So that's what I'm trying to get projects to, because I think it's so valuable to all of you. Because why do you sell at a loss most of the time? You don't trust the project. You didn't do the research. You don't understand what they're trying to achieve. You don't believe what they're trying to achieve because you don't understand what they're doing, right? So that's most of the reasons why we sell at a loss, because we see things go down and then we're like, eh. So what I want you guys to understand is we can get there. Now, look, we're getting an awesome opportunity right now. You guys are watching all-time high, and now you're watching a big fat candle, right? We hit all-time high, and now we're down $3,000, which is literally nothing compared to this candle where we went up almost 6. This is just a down candle. It has to come back down and retest lows. So we knew that this level is going to retest. It's now retesting, likely will bounce off that level. And if it doesn't, you really think we're just the market's over? Definitely not, guys. No. But what they are doing is telling you, yeah, we're topped out for a bit. Let's let some other projects go. And right now they haven't started yet, because you can see my list here is mostly, except for auction, which has gone on an absolute moon mission, is there. This is one of my, I call it a whale movement, because they move like whales. Every single time this coin moves, look at the kind of project pumps it has on a daily. Like, it just goes so hard. So auction's one of those ones you should keep in your back pocket. Look at the absolute massive volume that just came down. It just launched on Coinbase Pro today, I believe. So that's why it's up. So now you guys know where I'm at. I'm going to end this now because it's been over an hour. But now you know where I'm at. And honestly, guys, like, I hope you value these types of opportunities. I'm at the point right now where I'm like, I want to do these lives. I want to do them with you, but time is very concerning for me. And I do these at a time where I can do them for you. I want you guys to tell me, what do you value? Please tell me, what do you love about me being here? What do you get the most of? What would you like to get more out of me being on here? Because I will tell you this right now. It's really hard right now for me to do these videos. And I want to continue doing them if you guys value them. But tell me what you guys really want me to do so that I can serve you better. So if there's anything you think about, let me know. On the other side of things, guys, number one, don't get wrecked. Don't get greedy right now. It's really easy. Don't follow people that are new to the market, okay? Because this is the time right now where someone goes, oh, I can make some money off people because everyone wants to be in crypto, and they start feeding you bullshit and shilling crap to you. So be very careful who you're following and what they're saying and how they're saying it to you. Try to follow smart money. Try to follow people who have money. Because the problem with influencers mostly is most of them don't, and they're here to make money off of you. I don't care about your money. I don't need your money. I've made it already. So I'm here as a fund manager to try and give you perspective that you're probably never getting anywhere else. And so do me one favor, smash that like, hit the subscribe and the bell, tell some other people that could actually get some value out of this and start to learn how to see a market. And I'm going to be releasing courses and other stuff like that coming out once things slow down in the market. So stick here to learn a little bit. And once the market slows down a bit and I have some more time, you guys will start getting access to a lot of really amazing content that I have planned to do for you for many months, but the market's been too hot. So can't wait to get all that alpha out to you guys so you can start trading for yourself and being the person who is fishing. My club, if you guys are watching, I'm also going to offer a bi-weekly call to this group on YouTube. So YouTubers that are platinum members, I'm going to offer you guys an opportunity to also come into the bi-weekly calls I do with my club. There's not too many of you, so it's more to give you some exposure about what we do there so that you can see, because we're going to be doing something eventually with NFTs so that people can come in, and it will give you good insights as to how we run things and what we're talking about. And it'll be very focused on different conversations, a little bit educational, a little bit of insight, and then also some alpha from me as to what projects I'm looking at and why, so you know more in advance what I'm seeing before everyone else. And so that's the big benefit. So thank you guys all for being here. Much love. Have a great day. We hit all-time high on ETH. Things are going to be okay. If you see a little dip, just walk away for the weekend. Come back on Monday. I don't believe that was the top. I think we're just getting started, and I think that all of you also believe that. So have yourselves a great day, everyone. Much love from me to you, and I'll see you all tomorrow for our Friday video. And there will be a lot of AMAs coming up soon. Short AMAs, so you learn about the project, everything you need to know in a short amount of time. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe, bell, do all that stuff, and I'll see you tomorrow.